My name is Karen Parker-Chesson, and I am fighting breast cancer. It was after work. I remember, I think it was a Monday or Tuesday in October of 2000, and my mom, in a telephone conversation, matter-of-factly says, well, I have something to tell you. I have breast cancer, but it's going to be okay. I'm in the early stages, and this is when I'm going to have surgery. I'll let you know more. It's going to be okay. I was definitely stunned, and I felt bad for her because even though she was telling me one thing, when you hear cancer, you immediately think the worst. Well, certainly as a family, we got closer and put our heads together and really just did whatever my mom asked of us. And really, my mom asked very little except that, the doctor was there, make sure you listen, so that if I miss something, you catch it. Listen to, my concerns. Don't get on the internet and tell me stories about breast cancer, but just be supportive and only positive, upbeat topics and conversation. So my mother really, what I like to say, gave her Robert's Rules of Supporter Orders, but they were Priscilla's Robert's Rules of Supporter Orders, and those seemed to work. Obviously in the beginning, trial and error, but listening was the best thing, and that's what she asked for. When I decided that I wanted to be an awareness advocate, I was working in radio in Hampton Roads, and I decided, or it was sort of like an epiphany, wow, you speak to nearly 250,000 people every day. You have an audience. You can bring the awareness to a radio station where the female demographic is 25-54. You have an audience that needs to hear this information. So that's where I started. She's been in remission for 10 years, and every year is a milestone, and we celebrate that. We're just glad that thus far, the cancer has not returned, and that's something that we still discuss. When my mom goes for her biannual checkups, that's a source of joy when she calls and says, I'm still looking good, I'm still clean, everything turned out all right. So, 10 years out, we're glad and feel better about it as the years go by, but we're still vigilant. Just talking about breast cancer makes it makes it certainly more, I would use the word, you become more comfortable when you talk about things, especially things that were perceived as scary or have been perceived as such. So you definitely get more ease and information when you're more open. My name is Karen Parker-Chesson. Join me in the fight against breast cancer.